Thank you, Father. Good morning. I want to welcome everybody coming on Facebook Live. If you're watching this by replay today, or whether it just reaches you through YouTube or whatever platform this comes to you, I want to wish all the mothers happy Mother's Day to you. We're going to be reading from Deuteronomy chapter 5 this morning. I'm going to be talking to you about honor, and that honor is the kingdom's code of conduct. So we're going to be looking at Deuteronomy chapter 5 this morning. Deuteronomy chapter 5, and I'm going to be speaking to you from my heart. I have given you notes. If you want a copy of my notes this morning, anyone that watches this, you can email me. And you can email me at gobeyondchurch@gmail.com. gobeyondchurch@gmail.com. So the first thing I want to start out, before we read Deuteronomy 5, we're going to read that one verse of 16. I want to tell you this. This is not on your notes, but you can write this down for yourself. If you have never been taught honor, you have never been taught to succeed. Let me say that again. If you have never been taught honor, then you have never been taught to succeed. As we've been studying God's Word from Exodus 20, and now we're in Deuteronomy chapter 5, I have been communicating to you that God's law is a code of honor. It is a code of conduct. Everything that He communicates to us from His law is for the purposes of honor, whether it's to honor God or to honor our parents or to honor our marriage, to honor our neighbor. God has been communicating through His Word this powerful truth of honor. So let's look at Deuteronomy 5, and I'm going to read to you verse 16. Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning, Chauncey. Good morning, Drake. Let's see who else is here. I'll just send y'all a wave. Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 16 tells us this: honor your father and mother as the Lord your God has commanded you. Look very closely with me. That your days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with you in the land which the Lord your God gives you. You may think that I'm pulled this verse because of Mother's Day, and I may have partly did, but this is where I've already been at, and just want to re-emphasize this with you this morning, that honor is the kingdom's code of conduct. Say that with me. Honor is the kingdom's code of conduct. It's how we are to conduct ourselves, Les. What is honor? I've written here on your notes that honor is a key that unlocks your future. Say that with me. Honor is a key that unlocks my future. Honor is a key that unlocks your future. How do I know this? Two things that God says about in Deuteronomy 5 and 16. He says, honor your father and your mother. And what does He tell us? There's two things. One is prolonged days or prolonged life. And second is that life will go well with you.
That's right.
Let me back that up again. Honor is a key that unlocks my future. He has specifically told me that if I will honor father and mother, that my days or my future, the future of my life, it will be prolonged and it'll go well with me. How many of you want life to go well? How many of you want to live a long life?
Yes, sir.
He didn't just say that you'd live a long life, but you'd live a long life, and it would be good.
Mm-hmm.
It will be favorable. It will be well.
Mm-hmm.
It will be well. I will live a good life, a good old life.
That's right.
With these two things. So I have to understand that honor is a key that's unlocking my future. Now, what is the difference in honor and that of respect? Because we may not know. And I need to define these for you. So it's very important, and that's why I wanted to take time today. Honor the mothers. I honor my wife as the mother of my children. Honor is not an attitude. Respect is an attitude. This is something that we have to be taught. If you haven't been taught how to honor, then you have not been taught how to succeed. If you haven't been taught honor, and I would say, as I said before I turned on the camera, if there's one thing that we've faltered in within Christianity, it is with this. We've taught people how to have faith, but we have not taught them how to honor, how to be honorable. The Bible tells us to honor all men, honor the brethren, love the brethren. What is this? Respect is an attitude. Respect and honor are not the same thing. Respect is my attitude, but honor is what I value. Honor is what I value. I think I have it on your notes here. I actually put down here that honor is a seed. Honor is a seed. It is a seed of value. And honor is also, I will say this with you, honor is an ability that all men have, but it's also a choice that all men make. Honor is an ability that all men have, or else God wouldn't have said, honor your father and mother. Honor the Lord with your substance. So all men are able to honor. None of you in here are disabled.
That's right.
You're not unable to honor. Matter of fact, you already honor. You honor something in your life. Whatever you value is what you honor. Whatever you've placed value on. 1 Peter 3:7 tells us this. He says that the husband is to dwell with his wife according to knowledge, honoring his wife. I looked up the word honor there in the New Testament Greek, and it means to value or money paid, a price, to esteem in a high degree. Money paid or a value. Whatever you value is what you honor. And this is important because whatever you honor, you will become like. You will become like what you honor. We have people now that are people of no honor. We live in a society that does not honor life. We do not honor the unborn child. We do not honor the elderly. We've become a society without honor. I'm not here to try to straighten out society's ills, but I know this as a household of faith and as a family of faith, we have to learn to honor. I don't expect this to come through any other means than that of being taught. Honor doesn't seem to just happen to people. They have to be taught how to honor. So what is honor? Honor then is value. And this honor is deciding my future. How I honor. Who I honor. It's deciding my future. How do I know that? Because God just said it. If I don't honor my father and mother, then what's going to happen? Things aren't going to go well. It's that simple. We don't like when things are that cut and dry, but that's how God is. If you don't do this, then this is going to be the result. I mean, it's that simple. If you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. So I've come to a couple of conclusions concerning honor, and I will share those with you. Education is not deciding my future. Self-sufficiency is not deciding my future. My wit and my know-how are not deciding my future, but the ability to honor both God and mankind is unlocking for me mysteries about life and my future. Let me say that again to you. My ability to honor both God and man will unlock mysteries about life and my own future. You don't have to be the smartest person. I said, thank God. You don't have to be the smartest person. Matter of fact, I've learned from leadership as being a leader, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. And if you are, then you probably need to find another room.
Yes.
I'm not going to get into leadership even though I'd like to, but you have to learn, even as a leader, how to honor people who are more intelligent than you. That's what makes a great leader. A great leader will surround himself with people who are smarter than himself. He just simply has to have the vision to put them all together. You don't have to be an expert, but you do have to learn how to honor. What is honor? One thing I've found about honor, family, is this, that honor creates the law of attraction. There's a law in the earth, the law of attraction. How is it that a man can look at one lady, one woman, and be attracted to her and not another? How is it that a woman can look at one man and be attracted to him and not another? How is it that the law of attraction works in the earth? It works by honor. There's something that you value, and honor creates the law of attraction. Say this with me. Whatever I honor, is attracted to me. And whatever I dishonor, will go away from me. It's that simple. Whatever you do not honor, if you don't honor your health, it will go away from you. As my spiritual father says it this way, miracles are good, but God did not design me to live by miracles.
That's right.
Why? Because if I don't honor my health will go away from me. Then I will be in need of a miracle. If God supplies a miracle and my health is restored, but I still don't honor my health, it will go back away from me again. Are you following me? If I don't know how to honor finances, it will go away from me. See, I don't love money, but I respect it. That's an attitude. And also, I have honor. I use my wealth, my substance, in honor. Listen to what God says in Proverbs 3:9. Honor the Lord with your substance or your wealth or your possessions. Why? If I honor God with them, what will happen? They will be attracted to me. How many times do you hear me, my wife will hear me say during the week, money comes and it appears and it shows up. Wealth is attracted to me. Why?
Yes.
Because I have honored God with my wealth. I have honored. You may say, well, I'm not wealthy. Well, you need to stop saying that.
That's right.
Because the Bible says that you will have what you say.
That's right.
I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, and I'm blessed in the Lord.
Amen.
I'm all of the above. I'm all that and a basket of fruit too. Maybe a basket of nuts, I don't know. But you've got to learn, if you don't honor a relationship, if I don't demonstrate honor to my wife, she will go away from me. If you learn to show honor, what is honor? Honor is value. I value you. I value my wife. I value my relationship. I value my mother. My mother is the sweetest person that I know. Honor creates the law of attraction. Say that with me. Honor creates the law of attraction. Why does God keep telling us that we need to honor? You'll have no other gods before me. You shall not bow down yourself to another god. We honor the Sabbath. We keep it holy. We honor our father and mother. We honor the name of the Lord. Mm-hmm. These things don't make me right with God. Only blood and faith can do that. But these things make me right within myself. Mm-hmm. They give me the right perspective, the right thinking, the right attitude. Mm-hmm. Honor is a right attitude. Honor is more than just an attitude. Honor is a value. And honor is a seed. Honor is a key. Let me say this further to you this morning. That honor, it unlocks the ability. Listen very closely to what I'm telling you. All of you people, young people, that if you want to know the mysteries of life, then learn how to honor. Because honor will unlock for you the ability to prosper, the ability to succeed, and the ability, this is the most important part, is to harvest the future that God desires for you. Let me say that again. Honor gives you the ability to harvest the future that God desires for you. How do I know this? Because I have watched this through a process, Doug, of time. Many Christians have faith, but they do not have honor. Listen closely to what I'm about to tell you, because faith gives you the ability to plant, but honor gives you the ability to harvest. You may say to me, I have faith, but do you have honor? I'm asking you that question today, family. Do you have honor? What do you honor? It's vastly different to plant than it is to harvest. You may plant in faith, and there's many people that they don't understand sowing seed. They don't understand, how is it that I do something in faith and then receive a harvest? When I honor God with my substance and all the first fruits of my increase, I'm doing that by faith. Amen. But it's the honor that causes me to harvest. Honor gives me the ability to harvest. You use two different instruments to plant and to harvest. Right? Yes. You use a plow to plant, but you use a sickle to harvest. Mm-hmm. You use a plow to plant, or in modern day we use a combine tractor to harvest. They're two separate things. We have to learn how to honor. Faith will determine my seed for the future, but honor is going to determine my harvest of the future. Why is this? Because honor gives me access. Honor gives me access. How is it that God is going to bless me? Does God bless me through His hand? Yes, He does. He puts His hand upon everything that I have. But He also blesses me through men. Mm-hmm. As He said, give, and it shall be given unto you. How? A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. He said He would cause men to give to your bosom, right? Right. See, you can't relegate that part. When I look at people like Daniel, I look at people like Joseph in the scripture, they were not just men of faith. They were men of honor. They had the character of honor, and that ability to honor gave them access to great men. Not just once. Well, we know that the scripture tells us that a man's gift will make a way for him It will bring him before great men or kings. But it's your ability to honor that will get you a second invitation. You have to know that. If you come into the presence of a king, you come into the presence of a great man, a great woman, and you don't know how to honor, it's very likely you will not get a second invitation. Let me go on with this. And let me just add this while I'm here. I believe it's very important. We've relegated terms and titles and acted as if they were not important. If I go to see my family practitioner, a doctor, when he walks in, I don't call him a nurse. I don't say, "Good morning, nurse." I say, "Good morning, doctor." Why? Because he's a doctor. When the nurse comes in, I don't call her a doctor. I call her a nurse. Now, some people think, well, this isn't important. It's very important. I've never, in 47 years of my life, called my mother by her name. You ever heard me call you by your name? Never. I call her mom or mother. Don't call her by her name. Why? Because she's my mother.
That's right.
And because that title is important, not only to her, but to me. See, here's the thing. How I treat my mother, it's not only important to her, but really it's more important to me. Why? Because if I were to treat her badly, it may affect her emotionally, but ultimately it's not going to affect her life. It may have to a certain degree, but God's word is very specific that if I don't honor, it's going to definitely affect my life.
Yes.
My life will be cut short and things will not go well with me. It's that simple. You can't get around God's word because his word framed this universe. I hope you're hearing me this morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, Philistia. It's good to see you this morning. I'm talking about honor this morning. You know, it's just like in the military. This is what I talked about. The military has a code of conduct. Well, we as Christians have a code of conduct, and that code is a code of honor. Anytime that someone's in the military, you're not addressed by name, you're addressed by rank first. You're either private so-and-so, sergeant so-and-so, or general so-and-so. You don't call them by their name, you call them by their rank first. Why? Because that title is important. Because it lets me know who I answer to. Now let me address something, because we may have all thought this, family, at some point. You may think, well, this person doesn't deserve honor. You know what this tells me? You control who and what you honor. You are in control of honor, not the other person. If you think this person doesn't deserve honor, it has nothing to do with that person. It has to do with you. Because honor is a given substance. It is a substance that you can give. It's just like faith. The Bible tells us that faith is what? The substance of things hoped for. It's a substance. Honor is the substance that is given. It's just like faith. You don't honor the Lord with your faith. Let me make that very clear to you this morning. Let me make that clear to everyone coming in here. I've got 10 of you watching right now. You don't honor the Lord with your faith. God's not honored by your faith. He may be pleased with it. But Proverbs 3:9 tells us you honor the Lord with your substance. That's how you honor God. You honor God with your substance, or the Hebrew says with your wealth. How do I know this? Because I have found through the course of my life, Doug, that money always tells the tale. You know, they say if you ever want to find out who committed the crime, they follow the money. The money trail always tells. I can tell you by who and what you honor by your checkbook, by your bank statements, or where you spend, whatever you value. Wherever your money goes is where your honor is also at. That's what you honor. We must honor a lot of Mexican food because we spend a lot of money with Mexican food. So honor is not a substance that's given to the deserving.
That's right.
Why is this? Look on your notes. I got them somewhere. I got mine over here somewhere. What is it that honor does in your life? I'm going to be wrapping this up very soon. Honor invokes the law of recognition. There's a law called the law of recognition in the earth. I just wrote a book recently. Y'all haven't seen my next book, but it's about the power of recognition. Honor gives me the ability to recognize another as distinct. Let me say it this way. Some people say, oh, we just all alike. We all get up every morning and put our pants on one leg at a time. No, we're not all alike. Because if we were alike, then one of us is not needed. We're not all alike. And not all men are alike. But wisdom teaches me this. Wisdom teaches me who to honor. Who to honor. The Bible tells me in Proverbs chapter 3 that in wisdom's right hand are length of days, and in her left hand is riches and honor. You cannot walk in wisdom unless you know how to walk in honor. Listen to what is in wisdom's hands. Length of days sounds just like Deuteronomy 5:16. And then he says, riches and honor. You don't have a money problem. You have a wisdom problem. You don't have a relationship problem. You have an honor problem. Is this too real? You don't have a health problem. You have an honor problem. You've got to learn to honor your own body. The Bible talks about those dishonoring their bodies among themselves. This is why he warns us about fornication. Because he says all sins that you can commit are outside of the body. But this one you commit against your own body. They dishonor their own bodies among themselves. You got to hear what the Bible says. Does honor then affect my health? Obviously so. Because he said if you don't, you won't have prolonged life. Does honor affect the quality of my life? Obviously, yes. Because he said things would go well with me when I learned to honor. What does it mean? When he says that things will go well with you in Deuteronomy 5:16, this is what it means. You will be happy. You will be successful. This is the Hebrew word that appears there, yatav. Happy, successful, right, cheerful, favorable, and sweet. That's how your life will go. When you learn how to honor, you will be happy, successful, right, cheerful, favorable, and sweet. So my ability or inability to honor is directly affecting the length of my life and the quality of my life despite my faith. I hope you just heard that. You may say, I have faith to believe, but do you have honor in order to receive? Faith will cause you to plant, but honor will cause you to harvest. Are you with me?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying today? I do not put faith above honor, and I don't put honor above faith, but they're equal and necessary to one another. And I've got to learn how to walk in honor, just as I walk in faith. Because there will be times when you'll be challenged, just like with your faith. You may not see what you need but you're trying to believe for it to come into your life. Well, when you learn how to honor, you have to learn to do the same thing. It's not according to what you see, but it's according to who you are. Let me say that again. It's according to who you are. That's one thing I've heard my spiritual father say over and over. He said, I have had people ask me, how do you open the door for that person that's a mean, despicable person? He said, well, I don't do it because of who they are. I do it because of who I am. Because I'm a man. I open the door for that woman because who I am, not because of who she is. I show honor because of who I am, not because of who they are. Amen. We've got to learn to honor, family. You've got to learn to honor. I know many of us have not been taught this. And I'm a new student to this as well, but I am studying the scriptures concerning this. My spiritual father was supposed to be having a book coming out called The Law of Honor. I told him, you got to get that thing because I want to know. I want to read this. I want to walk in this. I want to live in this. I want to live in honor. It is the key to your success in life. Amen.
Amen.
Hey, thank y'all for joining me this morning. Good morning to everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Mother's Day. I'm going to be spending some time here with my mother, my mother-in-law, and my wife, who is the mother of my children. And I hope that y'all have a beautiful Sunday. If y'all got any questions, think about them now before I turn this off, and we're going to talk about this for just a few moments, all right? Hey, see y'all next week. Bye-bye.